In this video, find out the new products that Chief Agri is releasing and how it's going to change the game. So Ken, we just were talking about the expansion of the plant and some new equipment that's going in there. Clearly, if we're doing new equipment, we're also looking at what is actually being made in our manufacturing plants. Can you talk a little bit about what you see coming down the line from an innovation perspective and an engineering perspective for some of the new products coming in?
Yeah, we just installed a new roof line here recently, and our roof line has allowed us to have higher roof strengths and capabilities. We have a deep 4-inch rib with 4 steps on there. It's made out of a grade 40 structural steel with standardly G115 galvanization. With our roof panel design, we have 4 panels per sidewall sheet, which allows us to have 33% more roof ribs per roof than all our competitors do, which allows us also to have higher strengths in our roof design. So a lot of good things coming out of the new roof line. It also allows us higher capabilities and efficiencies, higher quality, along with the strength that goes with it. We've been able to tailor our designs to meet this new roof design. One of the cool features that we have is we're able to keep all of our panels in plane for stepped roofs where we have multiple sets of roof sheets going to the peak of the roof. We have a new rib cap that we mate those roofs together so we can keep all those roof sheets in line. So it's a really neat feature that I'm excited about.
And with the roof, the change of it, or the innovation and the engineering of it, is it due because these grain bins are getting larger? Is it because of weather? What has prompted even the new design for it and the strength of it?
One really good advantage of having the new roof design and the deeper roof rib allows us to design roofs for our non-structured line as well, where we don't have a structure underneath the roof, and allows us to design roof panels that are stronger for high snow load areas, high wind loads, and so it helps a lot with the wind loading.
And so we have some new engineering for the roof line. What about the sidewall?
Along with the roof line, we are implementing a new sidewall line. With the new sidewall line, we are rolling out a new sidewall pattern. With this new pattern, we call it our 5-pat. The reason why I call it a 5-pat is because we have 3 bolts in a row, and then 2 bolts, and then 3 bolts. It's different than our previous pattern where we had 3 bolts in every row. Our 3-bolt pattern had 3 bolts always in line with each other, where our 5-bolt pattern is staggered. The staggered pattern allows us to be able to gain more cross-sectional area of the sheet. So for any given gauge, we're able to add more cross-sectional area to that connection design, increase the strength of the sheet. Another great thing about this new sidewall pattern that we're rolling out is that because of the 5-pat, we're able to reduce the number of bolts in that connection strength and still increase the strength of the sheet. So we're overall seeing about just under 16% reduction in bolts in our vertical wall seams.
And so, Mark, is this something that you've talked to the customers about yet? Have you rolled this out to them?
We have begun rolling it out. We've talked to them so they know it's coming, almost fired warning shots, for lack of better words, so they're not surprised by it. It requires fewer bolts in the sheet. So from an erection standpoint, they're very excited for that. You know, it's quicker for them. Time is money type of deal. You know, if I can add, Keaton's being very humble from the engineering standpoint. He spits out a lot of statistics and I'll say down in the weeds and nitty gritty stuff. That's one of the wonderful things. All of our products are site-specific engineered. Keaton and his team do a great job of that. He's very humble about the roof. We've made some tremendous roof improvements that really are industry leading. And that's we're very excited. We've had great success. We're going on 2 years now, two seasons of using that roof and utilizing it, and we're continuing to improve it on a daily basis, just little tweaks. And Keaton's team's done a wonderful job of moving that forward and just flat producing the best roof in the industry.
And also, I know you've looked at the lap splice. Can you talk a little bit about that as well?
Yep, we have a new lap splice. It's been actually out for a few years. It's the splice that splices between the stiffeners. It's a longer splice. It reduces the number of pieces compared to our old splice where we'd have to have 2 pieces. Now we have 1. The 1-piece splice allows us to positively splice the stiffeners together and ensure that they are in line with each other and abutting and transferring that load down the stiffener line. The lap splice gives us more strength in that connection as well, where it treats the stiffener as one continuous stiffener in sense as it's splicing them together. So it's a great improvement.
And so, Mark, are you rolling all of these changes out at one time, or how does that work?
Sometimes I think we're doing more than we should at a time. We've been rolling them out, trying to do it in stages as they're developed. I chose not to wait until we had everything done to do it all at once. Let's do it in stages or phases as we can. And if I can add on the stiffener to kind of get it down, I'll say to my level. Basically, we have a very strong stiffener that's more wind resistant. On a day like today, wind resistant comes into play, that's for sure. So we all hear about storm damage and see storm damage bins. We're trying to get ahead of that. Can it all be eliminated? No, we have to be realistic, but we'll have greater performance than we had in the past.
And so how does this affect the production of it, or going through just the design of it? Is it going to help make things faster or just stronger? Is there any change to the design of the bins from kind of the drafting perspective and actually manufacturing perspective?
Well, we'll go back to the sidewall sheets. In that, with the new sidewall line, we're going to gain a lot of efficiencies in how we're producing those sheets, but also with adding the added strength, we're able to optimize those sheets to be able to reduce costs of the bin and how it's manufactured, and also reduce the weight of it. It's going to increase the speed in which the constructors are going to build the bin. So there's a lot of different aspects that are all positive of changing to this new pattern.
I feel like you're going to catch people with the cost reduction you just mentioned and actually lighter. I know when the people are actually erecting the bins, the weight of it makes an impact on how they can erect them as well. So
yep, most erectors charge by the pound, and so being able to optimize our sheets for stronger strength in those connections to be able to have our sheets go stronger allows us to have lighter gauges in some places as we move down the bin and see the grain loading in the bin. And overall, that's going to reduce the cost of building that bin.
So, Mark, as you look at the next 5-10 years, what's your most exciting thing that you're looking forward to?
Well, the most obvious one is the new sidewall line that we're putting in, along with completing our addition and consolidating our manufacturing processes. Currently, as Mike indicated earlier, that we have 2 locations in Kearney, half-mile apart. We're going to put that all under one roof. That in itself will improve efficiencies, which will aid in on-time delivery. That's always our goal. That's one thing in my previous life, I'll say at Chief Fabrication, I learned all about on-time delivery. This industry has not been very good, and I've made a promise to the customers to get better about that. So the improvements that Keaton's working on not only make the bin better, a lot of them are more manufacturable and more easy to erect in the field, or easier to do. So time is money, and it's a different world now than it was 20 years ago.
Bigger storage, they want it faster, they want it now, and they want it exactly how they want it designed to fit their farm, right?
That's right, or they wanted it yesterday. So you're exactly right.
Well, I think there's a lot of fun things to come. Obviously, this is not an industry that's going away, and it's just going to continue to grow and get bigger. So kudos to the team for all the innovation and expansion you guys are doing. To check out our new innovations and products, click on the link below and check out the Chief Agro website.